All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now know what it is like to live as a mute. As for the past hour and a half, I have been attempting to share with you my thoughts on the latest installment in the Jurassic World Evolution series from Frontier Games, and inadvertently have been struck with technical issues I didn't even know I was facing. It seems that broadcasting from the PS5 has brought with it some unexpected challenges. I had to find out how to unmute my microphone. Unfortunately, I have too many ways to do that, and so tracking down the exact one I was using proved to be a little bit of a challenge. But we are now here, and we'll go ahead. I'm going to just give you guys a brief overview of what I was trying to share with you guys on the last hour and a half of gameplay. We did talk about some of the game features since we're going to be diving back into chaos theory. It should actually be relatively simple to go through those mechanics and so on again with you. I did show off one or two minor video glitches, or excuse me, not video glitches, but aesthetic glitches with some of the ragdoll mechanics, specifically with the apatosaurs. They basically come out looking like some kind of crazy venom symbiote that's trying to take form into gosh knows what. Also, just got to see some of the consistent gameplay challenges that you get faced with the new levels of dinosaur disease and illness and injury, and how to manage those. You would have seen quite a bit of the new scientists mechanic. Now you actually have staff that you assign to various tasks as you go through your park. And of course, adding in the T-Rexes to Jurassic Park San Diego, which is the chaos theory that I've been working with for the last day or two, which was a lot of fun. But we're actually now going to be moving into Chaos Theory on Jurassic Park 3. Now, since, again, my audio was cut off for the first hour and a half, Chaos Theory is the mode which you play after the initial campaign. The initial campaign is set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, kind of leading up to Jurassic World Dominion, which will be hitting theaters next year, hopefully by summer. So after you play as the Department of Fish and Wildlife, trying to, again, wrangle in all the dinosaurs and protect them, then it becomes Chaos Theory, where you get to revisit different moments from the film franchise. At this point, I have completed Jurassic Park. I have completed Jurassic Park San Diego just now. I was a little surprised because that was just basically all I had to do was get to 4 stars, whereas the original Chaos Theory Jurassic Park, you had to get to 5 stars. I did find Jurassic Park San Diego to be a bit more satisfying aesthetically, because for me, yeah, a lot of it is about the aesthetics of the experience. So I did find that very satisfying. I'm very curious to see what Isla Sorna Site B here will be, since we're supposed to be working and focusing on the efforts to capture the dinosaurs that Simon Masrani is going to use to start Jurassic World. And of course, by the time we get to Jurassic World down here, I'm anticipating that we'll have, the marine dinosaurs, which are supposed to be which are one of the real new dinosaur types in the game that were supposed to be a big draw, and which I am very excited to see, because at this point through the campaign, I've seen the flyers and how to build an aviary and so on, so that's very cool. But I do really want to get marine dinosaurs unlocked for sandbox mode, because once I got sandbox mode unlocked, everything's getting bigger and dumber again. So let me go ahead and get us started on Isla Sorna Site B.
Humanity and dinosaurs were never intended to be this close to one another. San Diego deserved better. So too did the dinosaurs. But human beings, well, they're predictable, curious, greedy. These intruders caused more chaos than anyone could have imagined. In the time we'd been away, people had gone from caretakers to threat. Simon Masrani wanted to realize John Hammond's vision. Bigger, grander, more ambitious than the original. But dinosaurs have their own ambitions: to hunt, to feed, to carve out their niche in this strange new world. Let's see how things play out when we add you to the mix. Try not to get in their way, or you might be destined to repeat the past.
Okay, so we're definitely experiencing some imbalance in the voice audio versus the background audio, because I'm sorry, Dr. Malcolm, I was definitely losing some of what you were saying at the end there.
All the excitement happened.
Yes, this is the place.
Simply amazing. And here, we will do it again. In addition to capturing the dinosaurs, which will serve as our foundation, I purchased InGen because I believe in the science. You can reproduce your results, can't you, Dr. Wu?
Of course I can do it. But it's going to take considerable effort and resources to get the science back to where it was.
And you will be well compensated for your efforts. Of course, I demand results.
And you will have them.
All right.
I trust you've settled in and are ready to get started. This is Lily Halford, and she's coordinating operations. Miss Halford?
Thank you, Mr. Masrani. I think I speak for everyone here when I say we are very grateful for this opportunity you've given us.
As a boy, I loved to play with toy animals. And now, with this island and the dinosaurs, I have the greatest toy set imaginable. I want that joy, that excitement I had as a child. I want it to be felt by everyone. You will make that happen.
We'll need to start by getting a control center and response facility online. They'll all require power. This will give us a strong foundation.
And then, dinosaurs.
That is the plan.
This is my investment in the vision and in my people. Please, don't let me get in the way.
All right, so it looks like we're starting off with a very, very small area. This is our buildable area, and then, of course, we've got a wild area. I'm assuming we're going to expand into that area over there. And, of course, over there, this is the airstrip that was featured in Jurassic Park 3, where they land and, of course, get attacked by the Spinosaur, right, start off. All right, but, again, if I'm right about my suppositions regarding this particular chaos theory, it will be largely catch and contain the dinosaurs. So we won't have to worry about guests or facility raiding, which will be nice. One thing I did want to take a second to address, the shadow draw distance on PS5 just seems to be really, really, really short. It's very distracting to me as I'm going through, because I've constantly got this line of shadows that ascends and descends up the screen. On both sides. You can see it on the hillside and the opposite side there. I'm actually kind of tempted, and of course Frontier's going to love hearing this, to purchase the game for Xbox as well, and try and get it running on my Xbox Series X and see if there is any difference in the graphic performance. Because, again, that console is supposed to be the more powerful of the two new current gen consoles. But that's my one comment there. So, all right, well, let's get this rolling. We need a control center and a response facility. So let's get to, nope, not enclosures, operations, please. All right, control center and a science center and a response facility and a staff center. I need to research those things first. Okay, control center first. All right, we're going to try and keep things compact here. All right, there's our control center. We'll connect a path. Now we're also going to have to get these things powered as well. So let's go ahead and add a response facility on top of that. Now this I want to rotate so that these things can, the response vehicles can move out from them. So we'll put that there, and then again, we're also going to need power, and we're going to have to run everything off of backup generators for the time being. All right, well, with that in mind, let's go ahead and get, yeah, see, that path is not quite long enough. Okay. Go ahead and just get as short a distance as we can. We'll extend this out ever so slightly. Okay, demolish mode. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. All right, let's see our Jurassic World response vehicles. I actually kind of like the design of them. They're kind of cool. I do hope we're going to get the... oh, and I love the chopper. Oh, that's just so cool. I like the blue. I do hope we're going to get like the Jeep skins that we got in the original Jurassic World Evolution. I was a big fan of those. I had the red one and the blue one, and I can't for the life of me remember whether one of them was a pre-order bonus or not. But I would really like to see those Jeeps come back because they were definitely my favorite. I always used them on all of my islands. Let's go ahead and get the backup generator running. The backup generators are cool. I just hate that there are starting options.
Is the Ankylosaurus. Lovely creature. Capture it and then secure it in an enclosure.
Okay, we can do that. Let's get ourselves an enclosure built so that we're ready. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and start right here on the edge. And build ourselves out from there. Unfortunately, since we're enclosing a herbivore, shouldn't be too much of a problem to have more than one species in the same enclosure. But since we're also not worrying too much about where paths and so on are located, we also can go ahead and basically make a whole bunch of boxes, because we're just containing them. We'll go ahead and hit demolish mode real quick and add in the fencing from this side so it runs right along the border, not outside the buildable edge, but so that it makes a nice corner and our lines are nice and straight, because I like that. Okay, we have a suitable enclosure, and we want to make sure that we've got a gate so that we can access. And once we have the Anky, then we'll figure out the rest of it. So it's just the one? Okay. Should be easy enough then. Oh, let's rename our facility. I like to know what all my facilities are doing. So capture team Alpha. Okay, and then we have Ranger Team A1, Alpha 1, and Alpha 2. Alright, and Capture Team Alpha. Let's go ahead and add a task. Oop, where'd he go? Oh, you need me to take direct control of it. Fine. Alright, direct control. Let's go. Alright. Tranquilized. Now we should be able to go straight to transport.
Asset requiring collection.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's not a whole lot of others. I see Oranosaurs. At least I'm assuming those are Oranosaurs. I saw Stegs over here. Looks like Kentrosaurs too. But I only saw the one Anki. So we'll go ahead and get this one moved, and then we'll be able to make any modifications to the ground that are necessary. Ooh, we better go ahead and pop in. Oh, I can't build ranger posts yet, which means I'm probably going to have to take direct control of a ranger team to go do a status check. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Give me Alpha 1.
While this is a team effort, I'm sure you understand that my vision carries some weight. With that said, I want a ranger post constructed and then a team assigned to it. From there, they can perform status checks on the animals.
Okay, apparently I've got these guys mislabeled. So there we go, they're redone. And then we're going to go ahead and rename this as Ranger Post Alpha 11. We'll assign Alpha 1 to the post so that it can do a status check on the Ankylosaur. So it'll visit the post, then it'll check on the Anki, which I mean it's taking a nap, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's comfortable. Really? You gotta get that close to check it with binoculars?
Is your Ankylosaurus happy? The best way to find out is to monitor their comfort level and increase it as necessary.
Okay. Ground leaf, and it also needs ground fruit. Now, unfortunately, we won't get to see any change until it starts getting up and moving. But now it looks like it's waking up. There we go. That's right. Get up. Start lumbering around. Yeah, and as it starts extending itself... Oh, don't go that way. Not that way. Fine, we're gonna edit your environment.
Orson Welles once said, this was about a movie studio, he said that it was the biggest electric train set a boy ever had. Of course, he never had dinosaurs. I want to make sure we can see and monitor the ankylosaurus. Build a viewing platform, will you? I realize that may have sounded like a suggestion, but I know you understand.
Okay, it will require a path connection, but that's fine. He can handle that. All right. All right, so we got the ankylosaurus, and as long as it doesn't start wandering too far in another direction, it will be viewable for the next 10 seconds. Oh, I have Deborah. Hello, Deborah. At least you're a fairly well-rounded individual. 336. Oh, we got new stuff, new locations. Isla Sorna. There we go. Yes. All right, and then we also got new buildings. What new buildings? Yeah, it's fun that they're all listed in the database because it gives me kind of a hint.
We need to move these animals to the holding facility off-site. Once their enclosure is ready, we can bring them to Jurassic World.
Oh, okay. So, in that case, we'll use the capture team.
We've got your back.
And we'll assign them to knock out the Yankee. And then we'll have to use the transport team to send them. Which makes me wonder whether the Spino is hiding out there somewhere. I see a Parasaurolophus, but I'm not identifying any carnivores. Unless they're in a completely different area. Oh, is that the... I think that's the operations area you can see off in the distance there. As far as I'm concerned, it's the Four Seasons. Alright. Move dinosaur off-site. Yep.
To be collected.
Okay, so we're sending it off. Well, some of the mechanics I don't get to talk about, at least not yet, because, what do you call it? They don't, this is a slightly different game mode. In this case, again, we're not worrying about a park rating. It's not designed for guests. This is basically the Snatchers from Lost World.
I hope you're ready for some excitement. I certainly am. Today, we need to capture several dinosaurs of the same species and get them back under our control. Captive and in an enclosure. I'm ready when you are, which should be now.
Let's see. Now I can do this remotely. It's not that taking direct control isn't fun. It's just, you know, sometimes I just rather let the machine do it.
En route to pick up the asset. Asset collection request received. Picking up asset.
Okay, there must be a fourth one in the trees somewhere. Yeah.
Heading to collect the asset.
Now, hopefully this enclosure is big enough for the stegos. For the ankylosaur, it was definitely fine, but this enclosure might require
Commencing asset transit.
upgrading before the stegos will accept it.
Asset transportation underway.
But here they come.
Transportation in progress.
Yes, instead of guests, we have operatives. And it would probably be a good idea to construct an emergency shelter.
Asset has been transported.
Oh.
Asset transported.
Nope, I meant to smooth.
Asset delivery confirmed.
There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, we have an emergency shelter just in case.
Delivery
Requires status check. Alright, this time I'm going to take direct control.
Let's
Excuse me,
crack on with
folks.
these next tasks then, shall we? You're responsible for performing status checks and increasing the dinosaurs' welfare. Should be straightforward, and I know you're up to the job.
We've completed our check. Check complete. Asset status confirmed. Confirming asset.
Okay, so we need to update the environment. We need ground fiber. So we'll go ahead and add that in. Over here's like. And we'll increase the density of the forest. Needs
I
more
love
ground
keeping an
fiber.
eye on my dinosaurs, but I just don't have the time to do so as much as I'd like. That's why I have you. Be my eyes and monitor these animals. These dinosaurs are ready to move to the holding facility. Let's not keep them, or me, waiting.
Boy, just tranking them and sending them out in a hurry, ain't we, Simon? Bet you it's the Kentrosaurs next. Unless I've got those confused and those are actually Huayangasauruses or something like that. Huayangasaurs. Alright, time to transport them. Apologies, I was turning around and sharing the stream
En route to collect the
on
asset.
Facebook.
Heading to pick up the asset. Collecting asset. Acknowledging asset collection request.
So, what do we want to bet it's going to be these guys next? They're kind of cute.
Asset has been collected.
It's either going to be them or the Oranosaurs.
Underway.
Unless we see the Spinosaurus suddenly make an appearance from the runway or something, which could be fun.
Transit.
Kinda hoping we'll see
There's
the
a new
raptors.
dinosaur out in the wild. Track the animal and capture it so we can bring it back into the fold.
Oh, there's a Ceratosaur out there. Okay. It's not that way, it's out here. Okay. Oh, there it is. This one I will take direct control, just for fun. Somewhere on this island is the greatest predator that ever lived. Second greatest predator must hunt him down.
Guard has missed. Contact made.
He's down. Alright, we will transport this sucker. We are going to have to add in a carnivore feeder, though. And not only that, but they're probably going to want me to go ahead and add in a prey feeder as well. But we'll see. Let's get the Ceratosaur here first. Oh, excuse me. I do beg everyone's pardon. Okay, so the carnivores are just going to kind of wander in. which is great, which means, yes, we'll definitely see the Spinosaur, and the Spinosaur is one of my favorites. Yes, I know. The idea that it should be able to take down the T-Rex was a feel-bad moment for so many people. Unless, of course, you first saw the original Jurassic Parks as a child, in which case, yes, seeing a Spinosaur take down the big bad T-Rex made it that much scarier.
Complete.
Alright, we gotta get the Rangers out here to do a status check.
We've created dinosaurs.
It
We
looks
have
like...
them on display, and for science. But that means we need to monitor our flock. I want status checks routinely performed on all of our dinosaurs. This is how we maintain our advantage.
Yep, we're doing a status check. The idea that you have to get that close to perform a status check, yeah, that's what I thought.
This dinosaur isn't responding as we'd hoped.
It's
It'll need the
ill.
resources that are available at our Paleo medical facility.
We also need to edit... Oh no, it's got the open space it needs. But we do need prey. We're gonna have to put in a prey feeder. We need goats. Yep, I need a science center first. So science, then Paleo Med. You know what, we're gonna put this in over here. Get Dr. Tak to go ahead and begin the research so that we can build a paleo medical facility and do a medical scan on our Ceratosaur. Well, I mean, if you would roam over, like, in a more that way-ish direction, you would find the prey. Alright, we have unlocked the Paleo Medical Facility. Operations. Staff Center. There it is, Paleo Medical Facility. Okay. Alright, just got to figure out our orientation here because we wanted to make sure that the mobile vet units will make it to the enclosure without too much difficulty. Alright. Not really a whole lot of difference between the classic and this one. Alright, let's get the vet truck out into the field. Whoa! Let's go ahead and open the emergency shelter. We're just going to add the task of healing and scanning And we're also going to go ahead and, hey, yeah, capture team, he's out. We're also going to add a task of performing a repair. I'm gonna guess that he was really missing prey. In which case, we'll have to make sure we drop him next to the prey feeder so it gets incorporated into his territory. All right, what's he got? A major
The
fracture.
thrill of the hunt without the guilt of the kill. That's our mission. Tranquilize this dinosaur, and then we'll get it the best treatment my money can buy at the Paleo Medical Facility.
Already got that set up.
Acknowledging
All
asset
right.
collection request.
Unfortunately, I already had him tranquilized. Fortunately. Gotta refuel everybody, though. All right. So we gotta get him treated first. It may just be a good idea to go ahead and expand this enclosure while we've got the time. What do you mean outside buildable area? It's nowhere near outside. Fine.
Asset delivered.
Go one in. Where now we have a second block, which we can either use as a secondary containment stall. Apologies for bumping the mic. We can either use it as a secondary containment stall, or we can go ahead and blow it open and make the enclosure bigger. Treating the ceratosaur. Big robotic arms that just spray medicine. It's wonderful. No surgeries required, no casts, none of that. It's just back to spray. Alright, now let's transport this fella back in. Oops. Near to the prey feeder, so it'll be right in his territory when he gets back in there.
Now that we have the dinosaur back home, why don't we make it feel like a real home? Watch the ratings and get the enclosure all comfy.
Don't worry, we'll get him.
Asset in transit. Asset has been delivered.
Or you could take a nap. Doesn't need to expand his territory. No, he just needs to take a nap. That's what he needs to do. Yep, no worries here, but dude, just, you know, you do you. Take a nap. Want me to fluff your pillow? Read you a bedtime story? Do you need a teddy bear? Yes, I'm sure it's missing open space, but that's because it's not walking around. Ugh. Oh, there we go. It's waking up. There we go. And once he finds the rest of the water, he'll be fine. There we go. 10 more seconds, and we'll be sending him off.
It's time to move the dinosaurs. Next stop, our holding facility.
Yep, just got comfortable. Now it's time for him to go. I will say, though, I really like the territory mechanic. It's definitely something that I felt like was sort of there in the original, because the dinosaurs would kind of develop areas that they would stick to between water and food and all that. But to have it actually defined in something that's actually like a viewable overlay on the map while you're playing is definitely an improvement. And I'll be really curious to create some larger enclosures in sandbox mode with multiple species and see how I can influence the territorial movements of the species within that enclosure. Even doing things like putting carnivores in and trying to control their movements with where their prey feeders and things are, to leave the herbivores alone, but also maybe allow for guest vehicles to go in as long as they're staying outside of their territory. It would be really interesting to see how you could play around with that mechanic and see what you can do. So again, the territory mechanic, I think, is one of the cool new additions to the game.
Commencing asset transit.
Oop. Hey, we found her.
This is instinctual behavior. Unfortunate, but not unanticipated. Besides, how would we?
Survival of the fittest at its most primitive, its most prehistoric.
Jeez.
We are witnessing history in action.
Oh, I can't watch.
And
Raptors.
I can't turn away.
Oh no! Who's dead? The Spinosaur? No! Oh, Frontier, did you just add that in there so that...
I'll send a team to collect what we can before the scavengers pick over the carcass.
Collect the body. I have plans for it.
Oh, was that like? Come on, guys. Was that designed in there so that like, oh look, the big bad Spinosaur got taken down by the Raptors because so many Jurassic Park fans are salty over the Spinosaur beating the T-Rex? I mean, first of all, guys, story purposes, you know. That's it. They want to introduce a big new scary threat, and yes, we know, aquatically adapted, so on, blah blah. But, I mean, come on, guys. The Spinosaur, for what it was a cool dinosaur. Right? So, yes, to then just have it taken down by the Velociraptor Spielbergists over here.
We're expanding our reach throughout the island. This means more opportunities to capture more dinosaurs.
I'm specifically in need of a Triceratops. My team will need to monitor it, and then we can transfer it off the island as we've done before.
Okay, but we're going to do it without catching it. Interesting. Caught some air. There we go. All right. I do love how they include and I mean this is left over from the original, but I love how they include the music from the outdoor cantina from the first movie. It's just a fun little Easter egg. Hello, Raptor. Goodbye, Raptor.
Asset has been checked.
Yes, no, you're only going to manage to get the comfort level to 70 because it's lonely, so it's never going to get to like 80 or 90. It will, however, chase the Ranger team. That's going to be fun. Drive faster. Winston, pedal faster. Yep, just do me a favor and stay away from the Raptors. There we go. Transport. Get this thing back to the enclosure. And there should be plenty of ground fiber in there for it. It probably doesn't need as much forest, though. Yeah, these look like Mamenchiosauruses, not Brax. That's a Corythosaur. We've seen those before. Anything else out here? Besides the raptors, which we've already seen. Oh, but it does look like there's... Hey, a path to... Yep, this is where the Brax are hiding. There we go. Yep. Okay, so that's where the Brachiosaurs are hiding. Yeah, this is all wild area. But it will make for an interesting park build. And an interesting contrast from the original game, because of course the original game, Sorna was the biggest map to build on. And now this is looking like Sorna is going to be one of the smallest maps to build on. I mean, Jurassic Park San Diego and the 1993 Nublar are both bigger than this, or at least they seem bigger than this. But I will grant we haven't seen anything quite as tiny as Isla Peña from the first game.
Asset has been transported.
What are you missing? Nope, there's plenty of forest, and there is ground fiber all over the place, so... Look at that, it's already time to send it elsewhere. Oh, it's going for the carnivore feeder. It's a meat-eating Triceratops. This is what was special about it. Secretly carnivorous. Ooh, and she's down. Alright, send her off-site.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Off and away with ya. Boy, but that rig she do move around. There we go. Alright, now she's destined to go off-site.
Asset has been collected.
We gonna go after some raptors now?
I don't expect results. I demand them.
You
I
want all of
realize we are
those?
dealing with time measured in tens of millions of years. But that is for the dinosaurs, not us. We move quickly. Our time, my friends, is limited. Let's get motivated.
Ooh, okay then. Well, to start off, let's add some additional forest to this enclosure because I know the brachiosaurs are going to want it. And let's add some ground fiber as well. Because some of our other species are also going to want that. Alright, so we want the brax. Alright, so we'll go for the brax. Since they will probably be the hardest to contain. And then we got the Parasaurolophus over here. Oh, and trikes. Lots of trikes. And packies too. Packies and trikes and packies and trikes. Wow. Excuse me. And we got galleys over here with the Mamenchiosaurs and the... Oh, excuse me. I wonder where the raptors got off to. Up, speak of the devil. There's 4 of them right now. There's the chopper. Get to the chopper. Nope, we already have an emergency shelter. We have that facility. We have all that enclosure stuff. We already have a control center. We already have a science center. Open the research node. Can we research the science center? No, we have to have at least 2 scientists employed. Well, let's recruit a new one. Let's make sure it's someone who's relatively well-rounded. Yes, we can recruit Dr. Newland. Oop, new dinosaurs, new dinosaur genomes. Ah, yes, the Ceratosaurus. And do we also get to check out the Spinosaurus too? Yep. Hey, at least it's not like the first time we got this game where the Spinosaurus didn't sound like the Spinosaurus from the movie at all. I mean, that was a thing. That was very much a thing. But now with 2 scientists employed, we can go ahead and research the staff center. And we shall do this. Just so we have it. Since currently it's the only other building we can build. Yes, it's the one thing I don't like about the backup generators is they run on fuel. We need 4 Parasaurolophus. So we're going to add that one, and that one, and that one, and that one to the queue. And we're going to go ahead and start transporting these guys. So that we get them all simultaneously. Or at least close to simultaneously. All right. I am the master of time. Up over the mountain comes the helicopter. And note, the Brax, they don't wig out. They don't go crazy like the Apatosaurs do. Hey, look, Easter egg. Dinosaur. Although I don't see Ben hanging from it. Yes, because we're eventually going to have to be able to rest our scientists. Let them nap. Because if they don't nap, scientists get grumpy when they don't nap. All right, now we have a staff center. Oh, hey, you there. Whoa, Nelly. You got more to do. You gotta come and trank all these guys.
Delivery complete. Asset transported.
Yep, we gotta status check all those guys. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna need tall leaf, but I'm also gonna have to start moving the Parasaurolophi soon. To be fair, it is still expanding its territory. Although currently we're also missing tall nuts. Okay, hopefully as they continue expanding their territory, they'll be fine. All right, transport team. And just like before, we're going to pause time so we can deliver all these guys relatively simultaneously. We got a brain, sometimes it works. And last but not least, play. Yep, keep expanding your territory there. Keep walking. Just keep going. There you go. I'm gonna say, percentage-wise, if we're talking like land area, we've got to be getting up there.
Assets in the air. Asset transportation in progress.
Yep, just keep walking. Forest will definitely be filled. Oop, yep, there we go. There's forest. Tall nut is still going to be a thing, though. Fortunately, I think Parasaurolophai like ground nuts, so it's the Gallimimus that may prove to be difficult.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset transportation complete. More tall nuts. You heard it here first, folks.
Fortunately, their environmental needs are set. They, again, like ground nuts. Transport teams, let's grab the galleys before they wake up.
Picking up asset.
And let's go ahead and do as I've done before. Pause time. So that we can grab all the chicken mimics. And for these guys, I think we have to add some ground fiber. But since now we've added in all the tall nuts that the Brachiosaurus need, we should be okay. Wait, is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. I was gonna say there's one of them hiding from me. All right. Got them all coming in. Smaller helicopters, though. Five must be our limit on transport, though.
Asset transportation underway. Transit has commenced. Asset has been collected.
Yep, get everybody in there, probably get them all at a comfort rating of at least 70%. I would actually probably guess with herbivores they probably want us to be at 90%, and then we send them all off the island. Nope, looks like two of them got into a little bit of a crash situation.
Delivery complete. Transportation complete. Asset has been delivered. Asset transported.
Alright, I'm beginning to realize we have no ranger posts. Inside this area, so let's go ahead and add at least one. Missing ground leaf. Definitely.
Asset in transit.
I was going to say, where's its territory? There we go. And galleys move quickly. Yeah, they haven't expanded over to find the water yet. They will. Yep, they've already found their ground leaf, so that's making them more comfortable. The forest is coming. Now they just need to expand over and find the water.
Delivery has been completed.
Once they've found the watering hole, they'll be good to go. There we go. All the Gallimimus are now in there. Now, yep, 80%
This is an across-the-board
comfort.
objective. Every dinosaur, every species, we want to increase their comfort rating. In fact, we're the only ones that should feel any discomfort. Well, truth be told, you, actually.
Hey! Yes, I understand you're missing water, but, you know, if you actually just take a stroll, there we go. This will be the one right here. There you go. Found the water. Everybody's comfy now. Everybody is perfectly comfortable. And then we're going to have to trank everybody and send them out.
We're moving all the animals to our holding facility. This will be a huge undertaking, so I'm expecting nothing less than your best. And you're going to give it to me.
Am I now? Are you really so sure of that, Simon? What if I didn't? What would you do? Would you fire me? Heaven forbid, no. Simon, how could you consider such a thing? Firing me.
Picking up asset.
Ooh, that transport chopper came in close, huh?
Collecting asset. En route to pick up the asset.
I'll say they'd have to be Gallimimus to be that far out of range.
Transporting asset. Transportation underway. Asset
And
transport.
where is the one remaining Parasaurolophus?
Asset collection request received. Asset to be collected. Acknowledging asset collection request.
There it is. Then we can start tranquilizing the galleys.
Asset transportation in progress. Asset transportation underway. Transit has commenced. Heading to pick up the asset. En route to collect the asset. Heading to collect the asset. Asset requiring collection. Heading to pick up the asset. Assets in the air. Commencing asset transit. En route to collect the asset. Asset in transit.
All right. Hopefully that's all the galleys.
Collecting
Nope. I had
asset.
to still transport one other. Now everything should be scheduled for movement, and they should be off and out.
Commencing asset transit. Asset being transported.
Ah, and there we go. We have completed Isla Sorna Site B Chaos.
When I left Isla Nublar last time, I never thought I'd return. And certainly never thought I'd rebuild Jurassic Park.
Oh, but you haven't. You've helped me create something even better, bigger, more ambitious, and more financially viable. Dinosaurs for the masses. Anyone can create a park, but it takes genius to create a world.
Yahoo! I guess that means we're moving straight on into Jurassic World. All right. Site B is taken care of, so now we proceed on to Jurassic World. But we are going to take a short break, give the controllers time to charge and things like that. Also allow me to switch up the description on the broadcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon.